I would like to talk you through on a very, very high level a customer example which have deployed our offerings or solutions in this area to manage their electronic trading and execution activities for the customer. For their customers, the customer that we're talking about is active in 3 regions. It's EMEA, US and the APAC region. And they are all 3 regions are using the Itiviti solutions for their operations. In order to provide a global solution to a customer the size of the customer we're talking about right now is, of course, the market connectivity is one of the crucial things. Within Itiviti we have 10, 15 plus years of market connectivity, which is one of the cornerstone of all our offerings. And we have approximately, well over 100 market connections. And that is, of course, a very key strength. We are reusing these market connections in our trading offerings, as well as in our electronic execution or DMA offerings. And one of the key strengths is, of course, building market connectivity is hard, but it's even harder to maintain because protocols are changing, exchanges are changing, etc., etc. And it's a huge burden for customers to attempt to build their own market connectivity. Market connectivity 1 might be easy, 2 or 3, but add 50 market connections to this, ranging from the APAC region to the US region, then it's a big challenge. And within Itiviti we have a big team devoted to market connectivity development. So that is one of the solid foundations. The next level, so to speak, if we go bottom up, is of course the pre-trade risk monitoring, pre and post-trade risk monitoring, to protect the broker clearer or the bank, so that the customers are sort of behaving from 2 aspects. Of course, the broker and clearer is regulated by regulators. In Europe we have the MiFID II regulations coming out. In US you have similar, and in APAC you have similar. So there's a responsibility of the broker clearer, of course, to maintain to the rules of that market, to any regulatory rules from the local FSAs, etc., etc. And there's a huge, as everyone is aware of in the market right now, a huge shake-up in this area, or a constant evolution in this area. Evolution or shake-up, that's a debate, depending on which side of the fence you're at. But that is key, to be able to control basically the trading activities across a wide range of market gateways. When we talk about pre-trade risk, I normally divide it into 2 areas. One is sort of pure hygiene. There might be fat finger controls, it might be value-based limits, it might be lot size limits, depending on the assets classes you're trading. Another thing which we've also are spending quite a lot of time on right now is, of course, theoretical limits. That's one of the holy grails, being able to have very efficient theoretical limits, more or less in real time. Another thing worth mentioning is the flexibility of our pre-trade offering, enable our customers to extend with what we refer to as custom limits. Out of the box we have somewhere in the area of 30 to 40 different limit types that are well suited across the globe. But you will always find a customer or a specific use case which requires the customers to build their own proprietary limits or proprietary sets of limits. And that's one of the key strengths of our offering, enable our customers to extend and expand the sort of built-in functionality. The third layer is, of course, the customer connectivity layer, i.e. the broker clearers customers connecting into this infrastructure. And there we're using Catalyst by Itiviti, of course a world-leading product in this area, to be able to connect both point-to-point fixed connections, routing networks, etc., etc. And since we're working on normalized market access, we're working on normalized pre-trade checks, it's also a great strength for us that we can provide sort of a normalized ROE out of the box to our customers. Once again, the customer can, of course, customize the ROE so it fits according to their specifications. But that's one of the key things. And that is the third leg that I referred to, more or less. The market connectivity, the pre-trade risk, and the customer connectivity layer that can be expanded globally that provides things like fixed session monitoring, etc., onboarding, testing capabilities. Very briefly, this customer is trading or offering market access to roughly 40 plus markets. And on top of the market connectivity, we have, of course, we adhere to the various compliance regimes in all the regions. So, for instance, MiFID II, the upcoming MiFID II regulations in terms of DEA access, applicable US regulations in this area, as well as individual regulations on the APAC market. And then, of course, the customer connectivity layer, which ranges all the way from broker networks to point-to-point connections, connecting into this specific customer. Well, the involvement of the offering is, of course, very tied into our strategy. And our strategy is, of course, to continue to evolve within this area. Absolutely. We have two very strong platforms to build upon. It's the Itiviti, T-Bricks by Itiviti and Catalyst by Itiviti. And they are sort of a perfect match, enabled to further strengthen our offering. One of the key aspects, I think, in the offering is, of course, to add more services or functionality on the customer access level. I mentioned in the beginning onboarding, testing, etc. These are areas that are being invested in the Catalyst by Itiviti, which fits very well into this solution as well. Another thing that I touched upon briefly is the theoretical risk calculations applied in real time, pre or post trade. And of course, the T-Bricks platform is very well suited for that. So what it basically means is that we are reusing and in some cases refining some of the checks already built into the T-Bricks platform that are in place at trading firms, etc. So these are the two highlights that I would like to mention going forward. Of course, we are continuously investing in new market connectivity, etc. But additional risks, risk checks, of course performance, and also the customer connectivity layer.